Okay, it's the market open now. We're going to take full size. We're going to take smaller size the first few trades. If the market seems to be hot, seems to be strong and forgiving, we've got follow through. Okay, then we can start to slowly take some more share size, slowly start to size back up. That way, if there isn't follow through, okay, oh well, you had small size. It is what it is. At least we know kind of the environment that we're trading in today, and it's not like some massive loss or some full size loss. So I feel like that's the way to go, and especially in this market. So size down out of the gate until we get confirmation of follow through and at least a decent environment to trade in, and then we can start to size up a little bit, get more aggressive depending on the market. Sort of like Friday and Thursday from last week, super hot days last week, and it's one of those times where if we would have came in, traded with some small size to start, we could have then sized up and got more aggressive with price action. So that's going to be the goal today. Is just trying to start with that, seeing how it's going to go. Should be pretty good. As long as y'all adhere to the position size calculations y'all got to be doing. If you still aren't calculating size, that's going to be pretty important. Obviously, you can't do a whole lot without calculating size. So that's going to be a key aspect of this, is calculating your size. If you don't know how to do that, I definitely would suggest going over some of the old classroom recordings or hop into the boot camp. Here's new highs on the BOF alert, by the way. BOF alert is making some moves here. Called that entry out on that a few minutes ago at 212 before the live stream. I'm going to go ahead and sell a 30% up here at 225 while I'm talking here. And raise those stops to entry while I'm talking. But nice win on BOF. Nice win on Lucy twice. So we're starting the day on a really good note. But the big thing is, again, what I want to be doing out of the open today is, again, waiting 10 minutes. That way we have an idea of kind of what's going to be set up for the day, what's going to give us that opportunity. And then if it does look like we can get, more aggressive, we can start to take more size. Otherwise, we can at least have an idea of, do we need to sit back and so on and so forth. That's one of the biggest things, is by taking lesser size, you have that opportunity to say, okay, took a small loss with small size. The market seems to be choppy again today. Let's just sit back. And if it's the opposite, then of course you can say, okay, let's size up and get more aggressive. The market is there today, and so on. So I think that's the way to go. I got 50% left at 230 on BOF from a 212 entry. All right, so we're about to go through the gap scan here. Just wanted to talk about that real quick, kind of my game plan for the rest of the year, really. Is just trying to continue to adapt to what we're seeing in the market. Things are always changing. We had a massive green streak from April to July. I mean massive. Like June, for example, we had 0 red days. July, we had like 2, and they were pretty minimal red days. It's just like, you've always got to adapt. There's always some adapting involved. You've always got to, obviously, make way for changes in the market, and there's always going to be a kind of a different strategy that works different times of year based on seasonal price action, and so we just have to figure it out. Figure it out as we go. That's the name of the game, is adapting. Adapt and overcome. Raising stops on BOF to 218, which is 6 cents above entry. And again, have a half left there for the break of 250. I wouldn't mind watching that one either later. Over 250, it's not a bad look if you want to play it over the highs, but that entry I called out there was from the nightly watch list. It looked great. It looked great. So held off those higher lows, pulled back on lower volume over the $2 level, found buyers off of 2, took the entry off VWAP, risking previous low. And here you go. Here's 234 now as well. Leading gapper this morning is BCDA still, but it is backside, so I don't like that. Lucy is your secondary leading gapper, and played it twice this morning. Didn't have a lot of range left. No. Put the phone on silence. Gotta love getting a phone call. All right. But Lucy, not a whole lot of range left from here, and so I don't know. Let me get it pulled up over here on my other screen so I can actually zoom in. Let's see what we have here. So we played it this morning from the 5s. We played it from 5s all the way to about 550. Played it again after that for a little curl again up through the highs. Let's see, we already tested 597, $6 this morning. That was the range I was looking for, was $6. You don't have much over 6. I mean, if you get over 6, you have range, but anything below and you're kind of bumped up right below that daily low. Over 6, you've got the room to that psychological 660 overhead. Over 660, you've got the range to 720. So you do have room over 6. You do have room over 6, but I can't play it anywhere over 570. That's going to be your no-no. That's your do not touch zone. Anything over 570 is a no-no. Can't do it. You can't do it. So how can I watch this today? Honestly, the only way I can really see watching this is either off of 540 here or over 6. So if we want to watch it over 6, you can do that over the previous high. And again, it's got range to about 660. So that's how I would be watching it today over 6. Just watch it over the highs. Already have 2 green trades on it this morning so far. But that is what I'm thinking on Lucy for now. Let me get my notepad pulled up. And again, that will be over... Oh, I was going to say 594. We'll say over 6 for now. Keep it simple. You've got the range of 660 and to 720. And that's going to be on Lucy. Good old Lucy. Make sure you are monitoring that BOF trade as well. That stop is above entry. Have already sold a half up there in the 230s from a 212 entry. And the stop is at 218, so the stop is above entry. Let's see what else we've got here. XRTX, which is a no-go for today. A firm I do want to watch today. The unfortunate thing, though, is I wanted to watch this off pullbacks today. Affirm is now up 25% just about this morning, and I like trading Affirm. It usually does me pretty well after earnings. I like it. As far as how I'd want to play it today, at this point, it's already up 25%. The only way you can really watch it on the daily here is really going to be over 40 bucks. And that's really, I mean, ultimately, you can either watch it over 40 or try to look for pullbacks, I guess, over 38. But I wouldn't look anywhere anywhere else. Either off 38 or over 40. That's it. That's all you got. Over 40, you've got the range to 44. So you do have something to work with. I'd say you have 42.50 and 44. So we can definitely keep our eyes on it today. It's one of those that I generally do pretty well with. Price action tends to be pretty clean. So I'll watch Affirm today. I don't mind watching it. So again, either over 38 or over 40 bucks. Those are my 2 only options here. Well, really, I'm probably going to be looking at it more so from like a 38.50 or 40 standpoint, but either way, either watch it off a pullback, watch it over the highs. Either way, it's not a bad look. All right, let me get this posted here as well. All right, so either over $40 or off of, we'll say 38.30 for now. See how it sets up, but that's how I'm watching it for now. Similar to last night's watch list, but the levels are a little bit different just because we are much higher than last night. BBY. Big old move on Best Buy this morning, also after earnings over its 52-week highs, it looks like. Indeed, okay. I do want to watch Best Buy today. Where are we at? 99 bucks, 100 bucks. Could watch it for dips off VWAP out of the open today. Yeah, I feel like that's the way to go. I feel like that's going to be the way to go. So off that like 95 level. That'll be max line in the sand, but really looking at it over, preferably, I'd say more of a 97. Yeah, let's do that. Let's look more so over like a 97.50 or 98. All right, so 97.50 we're going to be watching on Best Buy. Just watching enough dips out of the open today. Plenty of range. I have nothing wrong with the range here. It's got room to, let's see, we tested 102 this morning. You've got this channel here to 107. So definitely keep your eyes on Best Buy today. Again, over 97.50 for the range to 107. All right, so we've got Affirm, we've got Best Buy, we've got Lucy. Lucy looks good. Let's see. BOF still holding up well over our stop loss as well. That thing is looking beautiful. And I do still want to watch BOF today, but I want to see how it opens first before I try to make another plan. We're still in the trade, so I don't want to be like, oh, let's watch it this way too, because we're still in this thing. So we'll see how it opens. We'll see how this position plays out. Obviously, it's going to be profitable. We already have a stop loss above entry and have already sold at half. So it's already going to be green. But I want to see how it pans out first before we make another plan on it here, which may be after the open. UPST up 4% after hours. What is this thing doing? Don't love that. Okay, what did JBDI end up doing into the close yesterday? I do want to watch this today. This is the one we were watching yesterday. Oh, I've got to mention in chat. Is the audio out? Okay, no, audio's good. It always scares me. Okay, JBDI, let me see. I do want to watch JBDI today. We were watching it yesterday, never met criteria. As far as how I want to watch it, though, I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. Let's see. Honestly, I like it over 1050 still. That's the level I know from previous watch lists, but over 1050, I still like JBDI. Depending on volume today, of course. Getting really tight through this range, too. So watch it off dips today, or watch it over 1350. So you've got two ways to watch JBDI today. Either watch over the 13s or watch it off 1050 off of a pullback. I more so like it over the 13s, though, so I'm going to do that. At least we have direction that way. Yeah, let's stick to that. So we've got JBDI to watch today. That'll be over the 13s. Most likely over 1350, but for right now, we're just going to say 13. And we can adjust as needed. I'm a fan of it, though. It looks good. Looks good. This is one, like I said, we were watching it yesterday but never met criteria. So definitely keep a close eye on this. Again, over 1320s for now. Range here, you're looking at really back to 16s. You got 1650 and then back up into the 20s. All right, let's see. Lucy, Affirm, BBY, JBDI. Lucy still strong look into the open as well. So we're watching Lucy over 6. Watching Affirm over 40. BBY over 97.50. JBDI over 1325. Easy enough. Nightly watch list. BOF was on that list. BOF respected that watch list to a T this morning. That's how we took this profitable trade, was using that plan from last night's watch list. Worked out awesome. We also wanted to look at VOXX today over $5. If we open too far away from $5, we'd have to adjust the plan to watch for the daily breakout over 550 instead. So that'll be the only difference on VOXX. Is since I wanted to watch it off of $5, if we open too high, like if we open up in the 530s, I'm going to have to watch it just over 550 instead, which isn't a bad thing. It looks fine that way. It's just a different different structure at that point. So we'd have to watch it a little bit differently, but nothing wrong with it. We can still do that over 550. Over 550, it has range to about 630. Yeah, it's got range to about 6 and 630. So we can do that. But I am partial to watching it over $5. So we'll do both ways on this. This is VOXX. And again, watching it off of 495 or over 548. 547 is going to be the high from yesterday. All right, what do we have cooking right now? Anything moving here that we want to be watching that's new? Lucy's one of the top watches for today. Strong into the open. We have 9 minutes until the bell. And I don't know if we have any other new gappers. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things to watch into the open today. And we're starting the day with 3 wins in pre-market. We have a win on BOF in pre-market. We have 2 wins on Lucy in pre-market. Lucy had a little bit more size than usual. And so that worked out good. So we're starting the day on a pretty good note. Again, to repeat myself from what I mentioned earlier as we go into the open today, of course, we're going to be sticking to my hard set rule of not trading for the first 10 minutes after the bell. I want to wait, and I don't even care if there's opportunity that looks great. Like yesterday, I loved Chewy, and I was overall profitable on Chewy yesterday, but I just feel like consistency-wise, it's not worth trading in the first 10 minutes. Sure, it works out sometimes, but lately it just hasn't been working. So I don't want to do that today. Even if there is opportunity, I want to sit back and wait. I want to give things some time. And as you saw yesterday, we took some massive wins on BOF. We took 3 trades for wins on ASST later in the morning too. It's just the later morning price action tends to, as we've seen, be more successful. All right, the results are just far better, and we can clearly see that from last week and this week. The trades which happen earlier on after the open tend to be the ones which are less predictable and just seem to not be following through quite as good for whatever reason. So for that reason, again, like I mentioned, we're going to be starting the day small size at the bell, treading lightly. As we do see the market confirm follow through, then we can start to get more aggressive and start to increase size and stuff like that. So that way, it's all going to be based on, is the market actually going to be providing today or not, as far as how much you're going to be sizing with. So maybe you're going to be trading with a half size, maybe it's going to be a full size, but that'll all be depending on the market. So we'll have to see. But it looks like for right now today, we've got 5 setups to watch. Let me get all these posted. Make sure you've got all of your charts pulled up and marked up. And again, we are starting the day with a win on BOF, 2 wins on Lucy. Let me get my charts all pulled up on my screen here. And also not to forget, 3-minute time frame. That's going to be key. That 3-minute time frame is going to be a crucial factor. Big thing is too, you can't even really trade an opening breakout in the first, obviously, 10 minutes with a 3-minute time frame. You've only got 3 candles to work with. So switch to that. I'm going to be, well, do what you want to do, but I'm going to be using a 3-minute time frame again today. That's how I caught BOF yesterday, ASST yesterday. Just been working with the chop in the market, produces noise, and just makes me stay a bit pickier. So that's my workaround. Got everything pulled up, and I am ready for the open. If y'all have any questions, let me know. And as the usual reminder goes, if you ever see a message or a friend request from anybody named Kev, it's not me. So make sure you do block and report it. And if you are new, make sure to go through the read before trading channel. It's in the start here category. Go through that, go through the broker setup, go through the classroom. That way you're all familiar with everything here and can actually use the service properly. And that's about it. So we have 5 minutes to wait until the bell. If you have any questions, let me know. And if not, we are going to be sitting here twiddling our thumbs until the market opens.